You're just a number at your workplace. Don't come and kill yourself. I feel that women make things very difficult for themselves. I'm like an onion. There's so many layers to me. If a guy is interested, you will know. You won't even have to question it. God helps those who help themselves. Don't ask for something and sit there and you're not putting in the work and you think that it's gonna magically just appear to you. Jeez, what's good, my winners? I hope you're good. I am doing amazingly well today. I also hope that you had an amazing Christmas, just like moi. Today's video, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have a chit chat. I can't lie, it might be a long one because I've got some serious things that I want to cover and I want to have like an open and honest conversation about this topic. It's coming towards the end of 2021 and I thought, you know what better way to kind of round this up than for me to basically share this with y'all. So if you want to just pause this video, go and grab yourself a drink, grab yourself some snacks and then come back to me, it's all good. I'm gonna just sit here looking pretty and I'm gonna wait for you to come back and watch me. So as you can see by today's title, I'm gonna be talking about 6 things that 2021 taught me. I've got a bunch of notes on my phone right here, so I will be looking at my phone from time to time because I don't want to skip any of these points. My first point is, you're just a number at your workplace. Don't come and kill yourself. Now, some of you may or may not know, earlier on this year, I was let go from work, March to be precise. I was let go of work and imagine, yeah, I'm one of those people where when I'm doing my job, I like to put my all into it. I like to go the extra mile for people. So imagine my horror when I was let go and I've got 2 people on camera, because, you know, it's a pandemic, so I was working from home, telling me, oh, you know, we know that the job market is going to be very hard during this time, but yeah, we're sorry. No, you're not sorry. Lesson to me was that don't be given these jobs, especially if it's not like a career job. For example, maybe it's just something that you're doing because obviously money needs to be made and stuff. Don't be giving it your all. Don't be stressing yourself out. Don't be burning yourself out mentally, physically for these jobs, because God forbid, if something was to happen to you today, you think they're not going to have your job advertised to other people the following day. Yes, they will. So you really need to prioritize yourself. And what I learned from that whole situation at the time, because it was like a full-time customer service role at that, and I was doing a lot. The job itself didn't really care for staff members' mental health, for example, is that going forward, I need to prioritize how I want my life to be. So I really enjoy being on YouTube, TikTok, creating content, all of that. But at the same time, right now, at this moment, it's not bringing me a lot of income. God willing, it soon will. So I need stable income. And so what I learned from that situation is, going forward, I'm gonna be applying for part-time roles, flexible roles that I can do alongside the things that I enjoy, because I really went through it for that role, and when they got rid of me, they didn't care. There was no second thought about how it would affect me. My second point is, there's power in talking about your emotions and how you feel. Now, this point is really, really important to me because I've always been somebody that really struggles to talk about her emotions. Like, if I'm really feeling sad or I'm going through it, or like I wanted to cry, in the past, I've always been somebody that almost sees that as some form of weakness. I do feel that there is a lot of emphasis on black women to always be strong all the time, to always hold it down and keep things together all the time, to the point where we can be really going through it, but we don't want to talk about what we're going through. We don't want to cry because we might feel weak, or we don't want to be too vulnerable because, again, vulnerability is seen as a weakness. And although I feel like over the years I've done really well in being able to express myself, I personally think that this year and last as well, 2020, was very testing times for me. I've had a really, really tough year. Like, I've been through a lot this year. Some I've shared on camera, some I haven't. And for me, I think one thing that I've really just been able to do this year is to just let my people know how I'm feeling, especially my best mates. And I remember I think maybe like a month or two ago, I was telling my girls something, and then one of my best friends was like, you know what, Winnie, we really appreciate the fact that you told us, because in the past you actually wouldn't have been able to have just been so open and vulnerable with what you said, so we really appreciate that. And what I found is, if I'm going through something and I'm telling my loved ones, like I'll tell my best mates, I'll tell my brother, they've been so fantastic this year, I feel so light. It's like the load has just been lifted from me, and they've also been such an amazing support system as well. It's really important for you to be able to find your tribe, have your people that you can talk to and offload when you're going through things. But by all means, before you offload, it's also very important to kind of gauge if they're also in the mental space to handle what you're about to say. My third point is that diversifying your content is key to growth. So maybe you're a recent subscriber, maybe you're an oldie and you've been watching me for a long time. I was predominantly known to be the British look content creator, so the majority of my content at the time was about looks, and for the longest while I was feeling some type of way about it. Like, I was starting to feel bored always creating lock content, because I've had my locks for over 10 years now. My locks are a part of me. It's not new. There's nothing like wow to me anyway, because it's a part of me. And I was getting bored of feeling like I have just allowed myself to be boxed, to just make this one type of dimensional content when there is so much to me. I'm like an onion. There's so many layers to me, and I felt that people were coming to watch my video and you're not really getting to know me. Yeah, you know about my lock journey, what I use, what I've liked, what I've not liked about my hair and whatnot, but I wanted to also be able to talk about things that are of importance to me. This year was all about diversifying my content and not allowing my fears to get the best of me. And what I've found is, yes, I've noticed that I've lost like a lot of viewers, I can't lie, but at the same time I'm not even upset about that, because what I found is people that really like my content, people that really want to get to know me and enjoy what I do, have stayed. And in turn, yeah, my views have gone down, but I've also found that I feel like a more of a community and a family vibe is being built, because I see the comments and I love communicating with y'all, and I thank you so much, those of you that watch my content and comment, and it really like warms my heart. Whereas I understand that obviously certain people only like subscribe to me or only watching me because they only enjoyed my lock content, so now I'm doing more kind of lifestyle and travel and whatever it may be, they may not relate to that, and that's perfectly fine. But how I feel is, when I started my YouTube, I can't remember how old I was then, and now I'm in my early 30s, my interests have changed, life has changed, life is lifing, and these are the things that I want to showcase, because the same ways that you've grown as an individual is the same way that I've grown as an individual, and I'm really enjoying the journey of being able to put out content that I enjoy, and hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully new members will join this winners team and they will enjoy it as well. So if you are a content creator, or maybe you're thinking about doing content, or maybe you have a certain business and you're thinking about diversifying your business, go for it. If your spirit is telling you to do something, don't ignore it, follow it. My next point is truly decentering men and focusing on yourself and healing is so key. This year was a focus on Wini year. So I believe I've previously done videos before where I've spoken about I used to be on like dating apps on and off over the years, and I was really focused on like dating and talking to other people and some of the poor relationships that I've been in and all of that. And it got to this year and I was like, I'm not bringing any of that into this year. Like, ditch dating apps, ain't going back to them, never going back to them. And my focus was not on men, my focus was on me. My focus was on bettering myself, because I'm the type of woman, I feel like if I don't have certain things together, for example finances, I believe that this year for me was a very massive financial struggle, because obviously I had been let go of work from March and I hadn't been working since, so money was really tight. And for me, I know that there are some people out there that don't feel any type of way dating when they don't have no money. I'm not that type of person. I feel like if I don't have my money together, if I don't have my mental health together, if I don't have me together, and it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm saying, oh, I need to have like everything fully packaged. That's not what I'm saying. But I need to feel like I'm bettering myself, I'm in a good mental headspace before I am dating somebody and bringing somebody into my world. At some point this year, I think I probably had maybe 2 main encounters, which yes, I am actually going to share. The first encounter was someone had reached out to me via Instagram, and good looking chap. We was chatting back and forth, seemed to have a nice character and all of that. Doesn't live in the UK, but you know what? I am pretty open-minded to talk to people that don't live here in the UK. And for example, at some point, it's a very long-winded story, but all of a sudden the person became too busy. Like, too busy to message, too busy to respond. And that's cool, because in my world, there's no such thing as somebody being too busy unless they don't want you. And I think that sometimes we as humans, we allow our egos to really mess the reality of how we view things. Because if somebody is too busy to message you, they're too busy to check in on you, they're not interested in you. So even if you think, oh, you're fine as fuck, you've got a banging personality, you've got so much things going for you, you've got to just understand and accept that whatever you think is amazing about yourself, maybe that person doesn't see that about you. And how I see it, although I am not a man, I'm very much aware that men will make time for the things or the people or the women in particular that they want to make time for. You may think that, for example, you are quote-unquote wife material, and even that phrase I really hate, but maybe that guy doesn't see you that way. Maybe that guy thinks that you're just somebody that's good for a bit of fun and you're not somebody that they want to invest time in. And that is perfectly fine, because if they feel that way, that's cool. There's gonna be someone else that doesn't feel that type of way. I feel that women make things very difficult for themselves, because a man will show you that he's not interested, he doesn't rate you like that, but you're still gonna keep hanging on by a thread when this person is showing you how they think or feel about you. And for me, I'm very quick on picking up how somebody is acting towards me. And not only that, but a lack of action is also an action. If a guy is interested, you will know. You won't even have to question it. And then I had a second encounter as well, where actually, again, this was like via social media, and it was somebody that actually, you know, was piquing my interest for quite a while via TikTok, actually, surprisingly. And then eventually we got talking at some point this year, because again, he wasn't living in the UK and he had eventually moved to the UK, and I just found that whole interaction very hilarious. Again, you're too busy because you've got work, but you're not too busy to arrange for me to potentially come to where you stay for us to have some fun. If a guy is interested in you, he's not gonna feel any type of way about you guys meeting up, about you guys going on a date. If a guy is interested in you, and I mean on a serious level, he's not gonna say, oh, he's too busy to meet up with you for a date, but if you guys wanna have some fun for the weekend, y'all can arrange that. I feel that if women stopped placing men on such a high pedestal and seeing them as a prize, and if women actually kind of worked on themselves internally and took some time out to kind of heal, analyze certain things that you've gone through, what you've learned from that situation and all of that, when you start meeting people that come with the energy in the, like for example in the 2 examples that I've shown you, it is going to be very easy for you to cut those people off and walk away, instead of sticking around for a very long time, investing in them, waiting until they really take the piss, and then whinging about that. Decentering men for me this year, just focusing on myself and just realizing, I also realized this year that there was a lot of internal healing that I had to do as an individual. And I feel that sometimes when you aren't honest enough with yourself to realize that, you know what, certain situations that you've been in, yeah, people may have been crappy, but you also had your part to play. If you don't have open and honest conversations with yourself, if you don't work on your healing journey, which can be really, really ugly at that, yeah, it's not a pretty journey. If you can't do that, then honestly, going forward, you're gonna keep making the same repetitive mistakes, whether it's in your friendships, your relationships, or whatever it may be. My second to last point is weight loss is a mindset thing. And it also requires a lot of dedication. So maybe you know, maybe you don't know, but I'm currently on a weight loss journey because I was recently told by the doctors that I'm overweight and I'm basically bordering towards being pre-diabetic. I have 2 diabetic parents, which obviously puts me at higher risk. And as soon as I got that information, I was just like, you know what, I'm changing my life completely. I'm starting a much healthier lifestyle. I'm taking gym and exercise very seriously. I'm taking what I eat and drink very seriously as well. And for me, that journey has been very, very eye-opening because it's also allowed me to kind of gauge my relationship with food. It allowed me to work out that, you know what, I tend to binge out a lot on things like takeaway. I can have all the food in the world in this house, but for some reason, Deliveroo, Uber Eats, Just Eat will still find me. So I think this is like my 3rd week on this journey, I immediately rectified that. Since then, I've been going to the gym minimum 3 times a week. I've been eating very healthy, a nice balanced diet. Don't get me wrong, I also eat things that I enjoy, but I don't overindulge. Rather than having a cheat day, I might have a cheat meal. I might have the odd like snack that I enjoy here and there. And also what I've realized on this journey is I don't need to like severely alter what I consume. But what I mean by that is my focus has been on home cooked foods. So I'm Ghanaian, I'm a British Ghanaian, which means I predominantly eat Ghanaian food. I don't need to stop eating Ghanaian food. It's all about portion sizes. So for example, if I'm having like rice and stew, for those that are watching this and don't know what stew is, I think the easiest way for me to describe it is basically, I don't want to call it gravy because it's not that. The base is tomato and it's seasoned well, and you can add like vegetables and whatever meat of your choice in. But let's just say we'll look at it as like a tomato kind of paste or gravy. It's really hard for me to explain it, but Google's your best friend. So for example, if I'm having rice and stew, my portion of rice is going to be very small. I'm gonna have my stew, but maybe like my salad and my vegetables will be very dominant on my plate. Oh, I love roast dinners as well. Ooh. So like before, I used to have like lots of potato with my roast. Now I will have a very small amount of roasted potatoes. I'll have my fish on the side and I'll have a lot of veg. My final point is specific manifestation whilst putting in the work is so key. Now I find that a lot of people talk about manifestation, but they don't tend to talk about how specific you need to be when manifesting things. An example that I can give you is right here in my notepad. On the 2nd of December, stated like, where is it? Right here, 2nd December, I wrote 4 specific goals, things that I wanted to achieve this month, December 2021, right? And I'm gonna read it out to you. My first point was, by the end of this month, I will have a new job. This job will also allow me to have plenty of time for myself and to create content. It will also pay well. My second point was, by the end of this month, I will no longer have to attend universal credit meetings because I will be earning more money. Universal credit meetings, which I need to explain because I know that a lot of my viewers are from the States, is basically a type of benefit that you get here in the UK when you're unemployed. And it comes in very handy, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of money. And I was being made to attend these meetings once every single 2 weeks, just so that they can ask me, oh, so has anything changed in regards to your circumstances? Okay, so what jobs are you applying for? Okay, great. And that's it. My third point was, by the end of this month, I will be more financially smart with my money. I would also have saved a certain amount of money for a trip to Ghana that I am planning in the new year. My fourth point was, by the end of this month, I will feel truly happy from within and ready for 2022. And at the bottom, I had put, thank you, God. Don't know if my camera's capturing it. Probably not, but yeah, I'd put thank you, God, right there. I met all of these points. Every single one of these points. Every single one of it. I feel really happy. I've bagged a new job as well, and I'm so happy to share it here. I've bagged a new job. It's a part-time, flexible customer service remote role, and it's going to work perfectly for how my 2022 is mentally set up. And I achieved that goal, and I'm just so happy. But it's just so crazy that I had specifically said this. The fact that I said by the end of this month I wouldn't have to attend those universal credit meetings, that has come to pass, because I've now got this role, and this role starts in the new year. Money for my upcoming GH trip, I even went past saving for the amount that I had put that I wanted to have saved for by the end of this month. I feel that 2022 is going to be an amazing year, and I was so shocked when I realized some days ago that I had specifically written these points, and these points had come to pass. And also, not only that, but I was obviously putting in the work. With manifestation, you can't say you want X, Y, and Z and then sit there and expect for it to happen. Like the saying goes, God helps those who help themselves. Don't ask for something and sit there and you're not putting in the work and you think that it's gonna magically just appear to you. No, write down what you want, work towards it, and make it happen. And don't even worry about if you don't know how that thing is going to happen. If you're working towards it and you're putting in that work and you are determined mentally, like you can see it mentally and you can feel it happening for you, it will happen for you. That's actually all of my points here, but I do have a bonus point that I've written here, and that is, anything that doesn't serve you, remove it before this year comes to an end. I've noticed, especially on social media, a lot of people are like, oh, 2022, I'm gonna do this, I'm not gonna talk to that person, I'm gonna start exercising, I'm gonna do. Why are you waiting until the new year? Start it now. If something doesn't serve you, get rid of it from now. This video is a long video, and if you've made it to the end, let me know in the comment section below that you made it to the end, because yay you. I honestly hope that you can relate to this video in some shape or form, or you learned something from it. But my question to you now is, if you've made it to the end of this video, what did 2021 teach you? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please also do that. Till my next video, take care, be good, and thank you for watching.